Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Princess. Merry Christmas everyone. Today I'm going to be taking us on how to make a gathered kimono jacket. So this is my material. Okay, hope you can see it. This is my material. I folded the material 1, 2, 3, that is into 4. As I folded it into 4, then I folded it again. You understand? So this is how I folded it. So I want to cut out the part for my gathers. This is just a very simple gown. It can be done within 30 minutes, okay? So my gown length, I'll be using gown length of 44. My half length is 17. So I'm going to be minusing 17 from my full length, which is 44. It's 44. This is 44. I see that minus 17. This is 44. I hope you can see it. This is 44. Okay. This is 44. I've marked my 44. So I'm going to cut out this part. This part is my gathers area. Okay. You can see. I'm cutting it out. So I've cut the part for my gathers. So I'm going to be setting this side apart now. I'll keep this one. Then I'll be cutting my upper bodies, okay? So for my upper length, my half length is 14. So remember, the reason why I folded my material into 4, then I folded it again into 2 is because of the gathered gown, okay? So by the time I gather it, it's going to be full. So that is why it was folded like that. So now I want to cut my upper bodies. So I'm going to be folding with the upper, as in the largest part of my upper body, which is my bust. So this is for the front view. This is for the front view, okay? So my bust is 34. I'm going to be dividing 34 into 4. That is giving me 8.5. Okay. So remember this front side, I'm going to, as it is going to be open because it's a jacket. Okay. So unfold, I'm going to be measuring, that is 8.5. That is my actual bust measurement. Then I'll be adding 2 inches allowance. Okay, 2 inch allowance, then 2 inches sewing allowance, then 1 inch for, because it's going to be having a opening at the front. Okay, so altogether I'm going to be using 11.5. Okay, my normal bust measurement is 8.5, so I'm going to be adding 3 more inches, 2 inches for my sewing allowance and 1 inch for the opening I'm going to be having at the front. Okay, so 11.5 inch that I'm going to be using for my front panel. Okay, now can you see? I don't know if you can see. Please bear with me. So yes, this is it, 11.5 inch. Okay, this is 11.5 inch. So over to my neck region. My neck, I'm going to be using a depth of 3 inch, or let me use 3.5 inch. Okay, then for the width I'm using 3.5 inch. I'm using 3.5 inch for the width. Then for the depth I'm going to be using 3 inch for the depth. Okay, I don't know if you can see what I'm drawing. 3 inch. So this is my neck width is 3.5. My neck depth is 3 inches. Okay, so I'm going to my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 9. Is 8. That is 16 divided by 2. That is 8. So I'm going to be adding half an inch there for allowance. Okay, so my chest measurement is my bust measurement is 10. My waist measurement is 15. Then 2 inch allowance. Okay, that is 17. So this is my vertical measurement. So I'm going to draw it out so you can see it. I'm going to draw it out so you can see it. Where is it? Okay, you can see what I'm doing. This is my bust measurement, this is my waist measurement, and this is my bust vertical line, my waist vertical line, and my sewing allowance, which is 17. So then from my armhole, I'll be coming down to then I'm drawing a straight line down to my bust measurement. You can see it. You can see. Don't forget this half inch that I added to the shoulder measurements. That is where I'm going to take the line down to my waist, to my bust measurement. So from there, I'm going to make a curve. I will make a curve. If you have an armhole curve, it's very easy for you. You make a curve down there. So I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch on my shoulder measurement. You can see it. Then I'll come back now to this my vertical measurement. My bust measurement is 34. 34 divided by 8. 34 divided by 4 is 8.5. So 8.5, I think I'm going to be adding 3 inch allowance. So that is going to be 11.5. Okay, so this is my 11.5 here. Then my waist measurement is 27. 27 divided by 4 is 6.75. So I'm also going to be adding 3 inch allowance. So that will be 9.75. Okay, that will be 9.75. Then now I will connect the line. Then for my neck line, it's a round neck I want, so I'll make it round. Okay, so now let me go through the measurements so you can understand it again. this is it. I said for my neckline I use 3.5 for the width, then 3 inch for the depth. My shoulder measurement is 8. I added 1 inch to my shoulder, as I added 1 inch, so there will be for my that is for shoulder allowance. Then I drew it down to my bust measurement. My bust measurement is 34. 34 divided by 4 is 8.5. 8.5 plus 3 inch allowance is 11.5. So this is where my 11.5 is. Then for my waist is 27. 27 divided by 4 is 6.75. Then I added 3 inch allowance also, and it gave me 9.75 also. So now I'm going to be cutting out this pattern, and this pattern is for our front view. Okay, so after I've cut out the front bodice now, okay, so remember it's a jacket, so I'm going to be opening this center. Okay, I'm going to be opening this center because it's a jacket, and this opening is only for the back view. Okay, so that was why I added 3 inch allowance to my bodies. That is 2 inch allowance for my sewing allowance, then 1 inch because of this opening I'm going to be opening. Okay, so after opening this front bodice, this is how it is. Okay, this is how it is. So now I'm going to be showing us on how to cut the back bodice now. Okay, so I folded my material now for the back bodice. Okay, so I folded into 2 my bust measurement divided by 4, that is 8.5 plus 2 inch allowance. For my front I added 3 inch allowance because of the slit at the front. Okay, so for my back I'm going to be adding just 2 inch allowance. Then to my neck I'm still going to be using 3.5 inch for the width. Then for the depth of my neck I will be using 1.5. Okay, 1.5. I'll curve it. There's also a round neck at the back. Then my shoulder measurement is 8. My shoulder measurement is 8. Then 1 inch allowance for my shoulder. 1 inch allowance for my shoulder. Then from my shoulder down to my bust is 10 inch. Okay, this is the back, I'm sorry. So yeah, from my shoulder down my bust 10 inch, my waist 15, then sewing allowance also 17. Okay, so I will rule down the line again. I rule out the line. I will rule out the lines again. The vertical line. Sorry. I rule out the vertical lines again. You can see it. Hope you can see it. So down to this my 17. You can see it. So from my shoulder I'm going to be tracing down my armhole down to this my bust measurement. You can see it. Then I will give it a curve. This for my back. Then my waist is 6.75, 2 inch. That will be 8.75. So I'm going to mark my waist. Then I'm going to join it to this armhole. You can see. Then I roll it down. So I come down also on my shoulder measurement. On my shoulder measurement, I come down also by 1 inch. I slant my shoulder measurement by 1 inch. Hope you can see it. That is how to cut the back borders of this particular jacket. Okay. So this is it. So this is the measurements for it. That is my neck width 3.5, my neck depth 1.5, my shoulder measurement is 8.5 plus 1 inch allowance. Then my bust measurement, my waist measurement, then I connected it, and that is how I came about this back measurement and this back measurement. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting it out, and I'll move to how to cut the sleeve. You notice this back bodice, I did not put anything like 2-inch allowance for zipper because this is a jacket. Okay, and I'm not also going to be opening the back. Okay, the back is just going to be normal. I won't open it. It's only the front that has that. Now I'm cutting for my sleeve. Okay, so I want to cut them together. So I'm going to fold my material into 2, then into 2 again, because I'm going to be cutting for the 2 hands, that is the 2 sleeves. So I folded it into 4 now. So my upper hand measurement, that is my bicep. So I know it as upper hand measurement. Okay, so my upper hand measurement is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 5, I'm going to be adding 1 inch allowance or 1.5 inch allowance. I'm going to be using 6. Okay, then my for my round sleeve is going to be where's my round sleeve? My round sleeve is 6.5. Okay, so I'm a very slim person. So for my length, the length of my sleeve, I'm going to be using length. Let's use length 17. Okay, for my sleeve, because I want it to be a bit longer. So length 17. So under this my length, I'm going to be measuring out my round sleeve. That is here. I'm going to be measuring it out. So my round sleeve is 6 divided by 2. And my round sleeve is 6.5 divided by 2. That is 3.5. So I'm going to be adding 1.5 inch also. So it's going to be 4.5. So this extra allowance I'm adding is for my sewing allowance. Okay, so my normal armhole is 10, so I'm going to be coming down. No, sorry, my normal armhole is 8, so I'm going to be coming down by 8 here. You can see it. I'll come down by 8 here. So from there, I'm going to now make an invertical S. Can you see it? Or better still, I could just make a curve, a armhole curve, and connect it down to where I said my measurement is. Do you understand? So I made a curve from the edge of my material down to my armhole, which I said is 8. So remember my upper arm, that is this part of my hand, is 10. So that is divided by 2 is 5. Then I'm adding 1 inch allowance, 1.5 inch allowance. So it's giving me 6.5. So from this 6.5, I'm going to be connecting it down to this my round sleeve. Can you see it? So this is it. This is how to construct the measurement for your sleeve. Okay, this is how to construct the measurement for your sleeve. So I'm going to be cutting this out. So I'm going to be cutting this out now. This is the outcome of the sleeve after I've cut it. This is the two piece. Okay, one for one of the sleeve and the other one for the other hand. Setting this sleeve aside now. So if you notice the style I'm talking about, the kimono, there is something like a band, a long stripe at the front of that jacket. For me, I'm going to be using a wine color because I just checked. Wine is much on my fabric, so I'm going to be using this fabric to cut my own long stripe. Okay, so I'm just going to show us how I'm going to do it. So this is material I'm going to use. This is another different material I'm going to use. So I just folded it into two. I'll measure 2 and the half inch. That is half inch I'm going to use to join it to my fabric. The normal, my remaining 2 inches for the long, so the stripe. Okay, so you're just going to just measure it, cut it very long, and attach it round the tip of that your gown. Okay, so please, if this video was really helpful to you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, Merry Christmas in advance. I hope I wish us all a very wonderful holiday. Happy Christmas from Filia Creation. God bless you and thank you. Thank you very much for visiting my channel. This year has been a very wonderful year. I thank you all. God bless you. Thank you and thank you.